In this video, we'll walk you through a solution built by the Hudson&Hayes team that demonstrates how you can use generative AI via a chatbot powered by large language models such as ChatGPT. Right now, you may work in an organization where people spend a large proportion of their time dealing with queries from people in the business via email, Teams chats, or even face to face conversations, many of which could have been answered themselves via the information or data that's readily available to them. And in our experience, if you consider a procurement or a finance or a HR function, that could be anything up to 20 to 40% of people's day. With generative AI and the emergence of large language models such as ChatGPT, we can build chatbots that are trained on your own data, provide more sophisticated responses than traditional chatbots, more customized responses. And the real beauty of it is the speed of development. So, whereas traditionally, when we build chatbots, we'll define a list of intents, which are goals or use cases that the user is looking to resolve via the chatbot. Then we'll build conversational flows, and the design process can be quite a lengthy process. With large language models such as ChatGPT, we can speed that process up quite significantly. So the team at Hudson and Hayes have recently built an AI assistant that we've applied to a procurement function to allow people to ask various questions that are contained within procurement data and documentation. So in this example, we'll keep the use cases quite generic, but we'll ask a few questions in relation to procurement process and policy. So let's start with, what is the spend threshold for engaging procurement? And then what the model is doing now, it's using ChatGPT to scan through documentation and extract the answer. And we can see here we've got spend threshold for engaging procurement is $50,000 or a contract length of longer than 36 months. Let's ask another question. So how are bids evaluated? And again, we've extracted this information out from the procurement documentation. So we've got bids. Well, we've got the evaluation process that people need to follow here. Let's ask one more. So, what is the timeline for supplier valuation meeting? So, let's try and get an understanding of an element of the internal process, or the timeline associated to that. Okay, up to 2 weeks. So as you can see, quite impressive actually in terms of the ability to understand what we're looking for and extract that information out from the data and documentation that's readily available. And I'm sure you can imagine on a broader scale, this is incredibly powerful and exciting, because I think the range of use cases is quite significant. And there's a huge amount of benefit and value that we can unlock for your organization with this technology.